Welcome to the Platform Engineering Playbook podcast, where everything you hear is built, reviewed, and improved by AI, by me, and by you, the listener. This show keeps me, and hopefully you, up to speed on the latest in platform engineering, SRE, DevOps, and production engineering. It's a living experiment in how AI can help us track, explain, and discuss the fast-moving world of infrastructure. Every episode is open source. If you've got something to add, correct, or challenge, head to platform-engineering-playbook.com. You'll find all the content and a link to the GitHub repo. Open a pull request, join the conversation, and make the playbook smarter. Let's get into it.
Before we dive into today's main topic on salaries and skills, let's cover 4 quick news items that caught our attention this week.
First up, Port just raised $100 million at an $800 million valuation. TechCrunch is calling this a direct challenge to Spotify's Backstage.
This is significant validation for the internal developer portal market. Gartner predicts 75% of organizations with platform teams will have IDPs by 2026. Port's growth signals that enterprises are willing to pay for managed solutions rather than building on Backstage from scratch.
Second, Stack Overflow launched an MCP server for AI integration. This lets developers query Stack Overflow directly from AI assistants.
Interestingly, their data shows 75% of developers still prefer consulting humans when AI answers are uncertain. The hybrid model of AI plus human expertise is becoming the standard for developer workflows.
Third, Real Kinetic released Koreo, a new Kubernetes platform engineering toolkit. It's a meta-controller that takes a functional programming approach to platform automation.
Worth watching for teams building custom platform abstractions. It's another entry in the Kubernetes composition space alongside Crossplane and Kopro.
And finally, Cloudflare open-sourced Tokio-quiche, their QUIC and HTTP3 implementation in Rust.
Relevant for performance-focused platform engineers, QUIC is becoming the new standard for low-latency connections, and having a production-tested Rust implementation helps the ecosystem.
Now let's get into today's main topic.
Today, we're tackling a topic that affects every platform engineer's career trajectory, the 2026 salary landscape, and which skills command the highest premiums. We've analyzed data from Dice, Levels.fyi, Motion Recruitment, and multiple industry reports to give you actionable intelligence on where to invest your learning time.
And I want to start with a sobering statistic that sets the context for everything we're about to discuss. Entry-level tech hiring at top 15 tech companies dropped 25% from 2023 to 2024. At the largest tech firms, that decline is over 50% across 3 years.
This isn't just a hiring slowdown. It's a fundamental restructuring of the tech labor market. A Harvard study on generative AI adoption found that companies using Gen AI heavily saw a 9 to 10% drop in junior hiring within 6 quarters.
The implication is stark. AI is automating what used to be training ground tasks, debugging simple issues, writing boilerplate tests, maintaining documentation. The tasks that juniors cut their teeth on are increasingly handled by AI assistants.
Now, I want to balance this with a counterpoint. AWS CEO Matt Garman called the idea of replacing junior developers with AI one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. His argument is that the path to senior expertise runs through junior work. Skip it, and you hollow out your future talent pipeline.
Both perspectives are true simultaneously. AI is reducing demand for junior generalists, but the need for human developers isn't going away. What's changing is the bar. Specialization isn't optional anymore. It's survival.
Which brings us to the main event. Which specializations pay the most in 2026? Let's start with the role we talk about constantly on this show, platform engineer.
According to Motion Recruitment's 2026 Tech Salary Guide, platform engineers command between $172,000 and $207,000 on average, with top earners exceeding $250,000. Compare that to general DevOps engineers at $140,000 to $152,000 from the Dice 2025 report.
That's a 13 to 27% premium for platform engineers over DevOps, and this premium has been consistent for 3 years now. It's not a fluke. Platform engineering roles are growing 29% year over year, with senior positions up 8.9%.
The reason is simple. The 56% talent gap we discussed in episode 68. There aren't enough platform engineers to meet demand. When supply is constrained and demand is growing, salaries go up.
Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. AI engineering. This is where salary inflation is most dramatic.
The numbers are striking. AI and ML engineers average $206,000, with top earners hitting $312,000, according to Second Talent. LLM developers specifically average $209,000, with the top end exceeding $300,000.
Across all roles, engineers with AI expertise command 17.7% premium over those without. And here's the kicker. It takes an average of 89 days to fill AI and ML engineering positions. The talent shortage is severe.
But I want to be specific about what AI expertise means for platform engineers. We're not talking about building foundation models. We're talking about productionalizing AI systems. ML ops, model serving infrastructure, inference optimization, GPU scheduling.
The bottleneck in enterprise AI isn't research scientists. It's engineers who can get models into production reliably. That's where platform engineers add unique value.
The third high-paying specialization is DevSecOps. Security combined with DevOps commands $180,000, with the 90th percentile at $295,000, according to Glassdoor.
Security spending is growing 18% annually. Every breach hits headlines. Every compliance audit creates work. The shift-left security movement means security is embedded earlier in development, and someone has to build those guardrails.
DevSecOps is interesting because it compounds two valuable skills. Security expertise plus DevOps expertise creates a multiplier effect on compensation.
Before we go further on skills, let's talk about geographic shifts, because remote work is redistributing salary arbitrage.
Atlanta salaries are up 13.9%, Miami up 11.4%. Meanwhile, Silicon Valley is actually down 7.3% as talent disperses to lower-cost locations while keeping higher salaries.
The implication for platform engineers, location flexibility is a negotiation advantage. Companies competing for remote talent often pay closer to high-cost market rates regardless of where you live.
Now let's break down specific skills into tiers. We're calling these S-tier, A-tier, and B-tier based on salary impact and demand signals.
S-tier means the highest salary ceiling, over $200,000. These are the skills that differentiate top earners. First, LLM and Gen AI infrastructure.
Building production AI systems, not just using chat interfaces. This includes model deployment pipelines, inference serving, monitoring, and retraining automation. Salary range, $195,000 to $312,000.
The demand signal here is that 89-day average to fill roles. Companies are desperate for engineers who can bridge the gap between research and production.
Second S-tier skill, platform engineering itself. We've talked about the 13 to 27% premium, the $172,000 to $207,000 average. This remains the steady premium play.
Platform engineering combines infrastructure expertise with developer experience focus, internal developer portals, golden paths, self-service platforms. The State of Platform Engineering Volume 4 shows high-maturity platforms reduce cognitive load by 40 to 50%. That's measurable business value.
Third S-tier skill, DevSecOps. $180,000 average, $295,000 at the top end. Security spending growing 18% annually. This is where you compound security expertise with operational expertise.
And fourth S tier, ML Ops specifically. This is the bridge between data science and production systems. Mid-level AI engineers saw 9.2% salary growth year over year. The bottleneck isn't building models, it's running them reliably at scale.
Now let's move to A tier. These are still excellent investments with strong returns, but slightly lower ceilings or more established competition.
First A-tier skill, Kubernetes with the CKA certification. Kubernetes job postings have grown over 200% in 2 years. 45,000 plus job postings specifically mention CKA certification.
In episode 70, we talked about Kubernetes entering its boring era. This is actually good news for practitioners. The platform is stable enough to be a reliable career foundation. CKA certification costs $445 and signals competence to employers.
Second A-tier skill, Go, or Golang. This is the cloud-native lingua franca. Kubernetes, Docker, Terraform, Prometheus, they're all written in Go. DevOps engineers with Go expertise command 25 to 35% higher rates.
Go expertise is particularly valuable if you want to contribute to cloud-native projects or work on platform tooling. It's not just using tools, it's understanding and extending them.
Third A-tier skill, FinOps and cloud cost management. 76% of organizations are increasing their FinOps investment. The FinOps Foundation has over 95,000 community members. Salary range 128 to 175,000.
FinOps is interesting because it's relatively new as a formalized discipline, but cloud cost pressure is acute. New certifications are coming. FinOps for AI in March 2026, FinOps for containers. This is an emerging specialty with growing demand.
Fourth A-tier skill, open telemetry and observability. Over 50% of organizations are investing in open telemetry adoption. Salary range 110,000 to 215,000. In episode 69, we discussed observability as a key developer experience metric.
OTL is consolidating the fragmented observability landscape. OTL collector expertise, eBPF instrumentation, trace propagation. These are the mechanics of making systems debuggable at scale.
Now, B tier. These are solid foundation skills. You need them, but they're table stakes rather than differentiators.
Terraform and infrastructure as code, 100 to 195,000. Python, 120 to 160,000. AWS, Azure, or GCP, 90 to 200,000 depending on specialization. CI/CD pipelines, 100 to 140,000.
These are expected baselines. You can't not have these skills, but they don't differentiate you from other candidates the way S-tier and A-tier skills do.
Let's talk about emerging skills to watch. These aren't mainstream yet, but show strong growth signals.
Rust is growing for security-critical and performance-sensitive systems. Salary range 160 to 180,000. It's not required everywhere, but commands a premium when needed.
AI security is emerging as AI adoption accelerates. New attack vectors like prompt injection and model poisoning require specialized knowledge. Salary range 180 to 280,000 for AI security specialists.
Multi-cloud cost optimization goes beyond single-cloud FinOps. As enterprises spread across providers, arbitrage and cost-aware architecture decisions create specialized roles.
And zero-trust architecture is accelerating with NIST framework adoption. Identity-centric security models applied to cloud-native systems create new expertise requirements.
Let me close with actionable recommendations by career level.
If you're a junior developer, 0 to 3 years, specialize early. The generalist junior role is shrinking. Pick one track, Kubernetes, Go, or Python plus cloud. Avoid the trap of dabbling in everything.
Mid-level, 3 to 7 years, choose your compound specialization, platform engineering plus internal developer portal expertise, or ML Ops plus production AI systems. Compound specializations create the premium.
Senior level, 7+ years, aim for staff-level platform or AI infrastructure roles.
DevSecOps, AI Infrastructure Architect, Staff Platform Engineer. These are the $200,000 plus positions.
On certifications, prioritize in this order: CKA at $445 as the foundation for platform work, CNPE at $445 as the new platform engineering credential, FinOps Practitioner at $300 for growing demand, and AWS Security Specialty at $300 as a high-value add-on.
And here's the meta advice. AI is a force multiplier, not a replacement. Learn to work with AI, not compete against it. The engineers who amplify their productivity with AI tools while maintaining deep expertise will outperform both pure AI systems and engineers who ignore AI entirely.
Specialization beats generalization in 2026. The platform engineer premium persists because the talent gap persists, and compound skills like DevSecOps or MLOps create multiplicative value.
The market is clear. Specialized expertise in platform engineering, AI infrastructure, or security engineering commands significant premiums. The question is which path aligns with your interests and your organization's needs.
The fundamentals remain constant. Invest in skills that compound, not skills that commoditize. And remember that the best investment is always the one you'll actually follow through on.
That's it for this episode of the Platform Engineering Playbook podcast. Every topic, transcript, and summary you just heard lives out in the open at platform-engineering-playbook.com, where anyone can suggest updates or add insights through GitHub. If you've got thoughts, fixes, or new ideas, open a PR. And if you enjoyed the episode, rate us on your favorite podcast platform. We're always shooting for 5 stars. While you're there, give the project a star on GitHub. It helps others find and contribute to the Platform Engineering Playbook. This podcast is generated by AI, reviewed by AI, me and you, a community of engineers keeping our craft sharp. Thanks for listening, and see you next time inside the Platform Engineering Playbook.